Quality constraint, we said ki we have to minimize a function. Let's say what is happening. So we have to minimize a function f x1 to xd, and then subject to constraint is gix equal to 0. Okay, for maybe I don't understand what is happening. Okay. So for I equal to 1 to sample n. Okay. So now what was the first step? First step was we have to define the Lagrangian L, that is nothing but L function of all values of x1 to xd and lambda. So this is equal to function fx plus summation over I equal to 1 to 1 all sample lambda I into gix all each constant. Okay, so where this is nothing but Lagrangian multiplier or dummy variable or okay. Number 2, we need to derivative with respect to x and all dummy variable. Okay, so therefore delta L by delta xi, okay, equal to 0, I equal to 1 to t, because we have the d variable in the original objective function, and then delta L by delta lambda I, that also should be 0, and we have the constraint see up to n, so 1 to n. Okay, and then finally you have to solve. There are d variable, there is n variable, so d plus n equations need to be solved. Okay, so this is for equality constant. So one example, I think you won't get time to explore the example, otherwise it would have been very nice to show you how this thing is happening. Okay, so before that, okay, same problem what I was doing earlier. New slide, yeah, but problem is I could not remove it. How? No keyboard. Okay, so one thing is, let's say we need to minimize a function f of x y equal to x plus 2y, subject to the constant is x square plus y square minus 4 equal to 0. So it is perfectly matching the Lagrangian condition. So therefore what we should do, we have first step is have the Lagrangian L. Okay, L, then L is fx and then this constant, right? So x plus 2y plus, there is only one constant, so lambda into x square plus y square minus 4. Okay, this is first step. Then what is the second step? Second step, you have to do derivative with respect to the variable x and y along with the lambda, and that should set to 0. So now this is del x by del x. This will give you 1, this will be 0, this will be plus 2x, this will be 0. Okay, and then this should be lambda. Okay, lambda x. Then you have delta y. So if you see 2 plus 2 lambda y equal to 0, and then lambda L by lambda del lambda, this you have to compute, this will cancel out, then this will be lambda x square plus y square minus 4 square plus y square minus 4 equal to 0. So then you get equation like 3, 4 and 5. So now you solve this equation. So then if you solve this equation, you will get the value of lambda equal to root 5 by 4 and x equal to minus 2 by root 5 and y equal to minus 4 by root 5. And if you put this variable x and y, you will get the minimum value here, because with this constraint this should be 0. So this is the way that you can solve the one optimization problem, but condition is that this should be equality constraint. Now we learn it if there is some inequality constraint. Okay, same problem. I could not remove it somehow.
So go to layout and then click on the blank PPT. It will go.
Layout I could not see here. Design, draw.
Sir,
Problem
right.
is,
You have to perform right click on the slide.
here.
Yes, sir. Now you can go to layout like it was written.
Yeah, thank you. So now what we have to do here is uh, something like that. So we have to minimize. So minimize a function, let's say f x1 to xd, and then what is the subject to the constant hix lesser than equal to 0, and you have a multiple constant like up to n. Okay, so in that case what is done, this is minimization and this is also less than 0. Okay, so in this case what is done is we have Lagrangian. First there are few steps here. Okay, what is that step? You have to form the, so define okay, so Lagrangian will be L equal to this function, that is f of x plus, you have a multiple constant and it is less than 0, so therefore this is plus summation over alpha I, same as the lambda, into hi x. Okay, so I equal to 1 to n. So because it is inequality, so it has to, this function has to satisfy few constraint. So that is something called KKT constraint. So this has to satisfy the KKT constraint. So what is that? So this is, okay, let me write it here, delta L xi. That means each variable, this should be 0, okay, for I equal to 1 to d for each variable here. Now what next? Next is obviously this has to be satisfied hix lesser than equal to 0. Then what next? Lambda, or what is what this should be greater than equal to 0, and another condition, this one into hix should be 0 for I equal to 1 to n. Okay, these four condition needs to be satisfied. Okay, so if there is some kind of inequality, okay, what we have to do, we have to first derivative with respect to the all variable, okay, that should be 0, okay, with primary variable, that is x and d. And then what we have to do, hix, this condition will remain same, and then alpha, that is the Lagrangian multiplier, should be greater than equal to 0, and this condition must be satisfied. If this is the case, then we can proceed for solving the equation. So we have a example here also, but again it will take huge time to show you. So let's say what we'll do it. Okay, so one example I can just to show you this can be solved. So we have to minimize the function f of xy, that is equal to x minus square plus y minus 3 square. Okay, so now subject to the constant number 1 is x plus y lesser than equal to 2 and y greater than equal to 2. Okay, this is sorry, this is, let's say this is equation number 2, or this is 1, this is 2 constraint. So it is perfectly the fitting our case to the Lagrangian solution. So in that case, what we do, first step we have to find the Lagrangian, that is x minus 1 square plus y minus 3 square, and then we have two constants, so maybe lambda 1 into x plus y. If you take it here, this is 1, this is y greater than equal to x. So what you have to do, you have to make it less than, so you multiply with minus 1. So what will happen? So y greater than equal to x. Okay, so you bring minus x plus y greater than equal to 0. So multiply with minus 1, so it will be x minus y less than equal to 0. Okay, so therefore second constant will be lambda 2 into x minus y. Right? Yeah. So this is the Lagrangian. Then what you have to do, so it has to satisfy the constant. Let me write the constant and then we'll stop it here. Okay, so first urge, with the variable x and y we have to differentiate it, and that should be 0. So now you differentiate with del x by del x, del by x. So this should be 2 into x1 and then x plus lambda. Okay, this should be 0. Okay, here I missed another thing. So that is here x is there. So lambda 2 is 0. So therefore this is the one equation. Okay, so let's say equation number 4. Then delta L by delta y. So this will be 2 into y minus 3 plus lambda 1 minus lambda 2 equal to 0. Okay. Then what was the other condition? These two constant will be there, x plus y. So x plus y minus 2 will be 0. And then x minus y will be 0. So this is 6, this is 7. Okay. And lambda 1, lambda 2 will be greater than equal to 0. Okay. That's all. Okay, that is we learned just earlier on. So this all variable, this should be 0. And this is the constant, whatever the constant, we should write it here. And this should be greater than 0, and then multiply with this constant will be that, I think I didn't write. So this is 1, and then multiply with lambda 1 with this one. Okay, x plus y minus 2, that should be 0. Similarly, lambda 2 into x minus y, this should be 0. Okay, so this is 1, this is 7 and 8. Okay, so now if you solve this equation, then you will get the value of x and y, and then this problem will be solved. Why I am saying so many things? Because our problem is exactly the same as this one. Now we move back to our problem here. Yeah, where is layout? Skip it.
Sir,
Yes.
instead of writing x plus y minus 2, we x minus y, lambda 2 x minus y, can we write it as lambda 2 y minus x?
Where?
Sir, you have taken
Lambda 2
lambda 2 x minus y. Can we write it as lambda 2 y minus x? It
So you want to,
yeah, it will affect results or no?
this one you are saying lambda 2 into x minus y equal to 0, you are saying.
Sir, in equation L,
Equation number?
L, equation L, you have taken L is equals to x minus 1 square plus y minus 3 square plus lambda 1 into x plus y minus 2 plus lambda 2 into x minus y in that equation.
Okay. So what you are saying ki lambda 1 into x plus y minus 2. Okay.
Sir,
This is
yes,
y.
sir.
And then lambda 2 into x minus y. This one you want to change it what?
So instead of writing x minus y, can we write it as y minus x? Is it acceptable?
No,
Or
no, no, no.
answer so will be changed.
No. We cannot write. Okay. Why I am saying ki, see, this is first one is lesser than equal to, second constant is greater than equal to, greater than equal to x, right?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, all constant we are putting in lesser than equal to or greater than equal to. Based on that, we'll have this value. Okay, x plus or minus. So if you put lesser than equal to, then you have to put here minus this term. Okay, so it is the same thing. So if it is lesser than, then other part apart from the main function, that should be lesser than means it should be plus, otherwise it will be minus. Okay, so that is why it is exactly the way I wrote. You have to do that. You got my point? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So because one is lesser than equal to, another is greater than equal to, so we have to make either lesser than equal to or greater than equal to, and accordingly we have to say it. In this problem we solve it lesser than equal to, but original problem we have greater than equal to 0. Then now we will see. Okay.
Sir, instead of writing it as minus of lambda 2 into y minus x, we can also write it as plus minus of lambda 2 y minus x, and then take minus of lambda 2 as another constant. We can also take that, but in that case answer will change.
I didn't get, but you try to understand what I am saying. What I am saying is y greater than equal to x. So this is a greater than equal to inequality, right? So we need to make it lesser than equal to inequality. So if we do it lesser than, earlier is also lesser than, then we can put plus here. Okay.
Sir. Okay. I got it.
Otherwise, if you put greater than equal to is also okay, but then x plus y will change. Here also you can put lambda 2, as I said, you said ki y minus x you can write, but you have to write minus here. Instead of plus you have to write minus. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So but you need to learn this thing, because very likely I will give you question, okay, in some exam class test. Okay. So now if you solve it, you will get the, how do you solve it? So there is a possibilities that lambda 1, lambda 2 greater than equal to 0. Okay. So now if you see the solution here, so it is quite easy here. So can I, do you want me to write very clearly, or I will leave to you to solve this problem? Because this is a system of equation you must have done earlier also. So let's say here we have a lambda 1 into x plus y minus 2 equal to 0. So, and then lambda is greater than equal to 0. So now we have a possibilities that lambda 1 can be, okay. So there are 4 cases here. Okay. Let me tell you, because as I said, it may, what happened? I am adding blank, but not, yeah. So what I was saying, we got the 4 equation. Okay. So one equation just I want to show you, that is lambda 1 into x plus y minus 2 equal to 0. Okay. Another we got lambda 2 into minus this is equal to 0. And along with that we got 2 into x minus 1 plus lambda 1 plus lambda 2 equal to 0. 2 into y minus 3 plus lambda 1 minus lambda 2 equal to 0. Okay. So here we have, say, case 1, we have lambda 1 equal to 0, lambda 2 equal to 0. Okay. Now you solve the equation. After solving that, so you may get some solution, but you have to satisfy the constant x plus y lesser than equal to 2 and y greater than equal to x. If it is not the case, so that solution will not work. Similarly, what you have to do, you have to take the case 2 where lambda 1 equal to 0, lambda 2 not equal to 0. So lambda 1, lambda 2 0 means, see, if you put it here, this is 0 means what you can do it here, this will both are 0. So then 2x minus 1 and 2y minus 3, and we have 2 unknown and then 2 equations, so you can solve the value of x and y. Okay. Similarly, you take the lambda 1 equal to 0, but lambda 2 not equal to 0. So lambda 2 not equal to 0 means here in this equation, if it is not 0, then this is must be the 0. So then x equal to y. So you'll get the 3 equation and you can solve. Similarly, you can take the case 3 where lambda 1 not equal to 0 but lambda 2 equal to 0. Okay, and case 4 you can take lambda not equal to 0, lambda 2 not equal to 0. So in that case, if you solve it, so you'll get a solution here for, I think we get a solution here that is x equal to 0, y equal to 2 and lambda 1 equal to plus 2. Okay, so in that case this will satisfy. Okay, so that way we can solve the problem. Now we'll come down to our original problem. So what was the original problem? Original problem was here. Okay, so we have to minimize this part when subject to constant is yi into xi y plus b greater minus 1 greater than equal to 0. Just we conclude on example. So there it was actually lesser than equal to 0, but here is greater than equal to 0. Okay, so in the last class what we can do to solve this problem, what we do it, so here you can see we have to write the Lagrangian first. So this is the first part, and because it is greater than equal to 0, so we have a minus here. Okay, so now what we did it, we differentiate with the vector w with the scalar L. So do you know that how to differentiate a scalar with the vector? So in the last class, how do you differentiate? Do you know that? So why it is not opening again?
Sir, first you have to create a new slide. First you have to create a new slide.
Okay. Okay. So here, what are you saying? We had the solution. Okay, I was saying ki how do you say we have the objective function half of w square minus what was the summation over I equal to 1 to all sample n alpha I yi into w into b w into x plus b minus 1. Okay, so that was the solution, that was the Lagrangian. So and then we have a set of constraint. Okay. So to solve this problem, because it is inequality, so as I said ki we have to satisfy the KKT's condition. Okay, so then KKT's condition is nothing but we have to differentiate with the variable delta L with delta W vector. So this is a scalar, right? This L is scalar. How do you differentiate with respect to vector? You did it earlier, right? So W each has a component. So how many component? That is the dimension of the data set. Okay. So then what you have to do, each component we have to differentiate. Let's say W, what is W? Let's say W is a vector. So that is x1 first dimension, let's say I, okay, plus x2 j plus x3k. Okay, now you take the magnitude of W. So then essentially what will happen? Magnitude of W is x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square. Now what you do it, you differentiate this value with respect to vector W. So you differentiate with respect to the vector W. So then W has a dimension, but component, but this is a scalar. Okay. So what you have to do it? So we'll W1, that is the first component. This will be 2x1. Okay. So if you do it right, W, you will get 2x1. Similarly, second component, del W2, you will get 2x2. Okay, this is first component, second component, so on. So essentially you will get the x1, x2, x3 to xt. Okay, and outside 2 is there, so that 2 will cancel out. Basically you will get a vector W. Okay, so that is in the last class, so we simply wrote it. So if you go back here, I think, yeah, next is this one. So we'll get this W, and here we are expecting with W, so this will be alpha I yi xi will be 0. So therefore we'll get this value. Okay, and then also dl with b is a constant, b is a not vector, so we'll get this b equal to alpha I yi. Okay, so here we'll get two things, and then what next we did it, we simply put this value in the equation here. Okay, and then finally we got this type of use a big equation. But solving this equation, ideally we should solve, see, after this one. So after this one we'll get a set of equation. How many equation? That is the number of apart from the KKT's condition, we have KKT's condition. What is that? So KKT's condition is that, if you remember carefully, what you have to do, alpha y into this part entirely should be 0, and then how many equation you will get? You will get the n number of equation. Okay, and here also you will have this part alpha I yi is 0, that is okay. So alpha I into this part you will get. Okay, so KKT's condition, if you go back here, so I think, yeah, this is the thing. So del I del x, that is means with respect to W, we have to fix it. W and B, this is W and B, and this is alpha 1, sorry, lambda 1 lambda 2, that means that variable, that is the Lagrangian multiplier, should be greater than equal to 0, and lambda 1 should multiplied with the constant, that should be 0. So therefore if you go back here, you can equate it. Okay, here, yeah, so here. Okay, so this is KKT's condition. Apart from this, to what we have to do, alpha I into entirely this thing, actually yi w xi plus b minus 1, this should be 0, and this is for all sample, because I stand for the each sample. Okay, so therefore if you have a million samples, so you will have a million equation. Okay, see, that is really, and this is one part, and obviously alpha I is greater than equal to 0. Okay, so it is really difficult to solve. So therefore for solving this equation, it is the next slide. Here's this problem again reduced to this part, and if you see here, there is no W. To solve this problem, only we need to find the value of alpha. What is alpha I? That is the Lagrangian multiplier, and this is known, because this is the training data set xi.xj. Okay, so that is really not possible to solve by hand. So there is method for solving this problem using numerical method. So we'll solve generally in using that method. But what message I want to share with you, if you go back here, as I wrote it here, this is very important. Maybe let me write this part at the end. Okay, so here, yeah, so you have to go new. Yeah, new, it's working. So now what I said is, this is alpha I into yi w into x I plus b, this is equal to 0, and you have a so many equation, that is the number of equation will be the number of samples. Okay, so give me another 5 minutes. Okay, so now for here, what is that? See, if we have another constant like alpha I greater than equal to 0. Okay, so now if you see alpha I, okay, so what is that? Alpha I, if this is 0, so obviously this is not 0. Okay, this may not be 0, not, we cannot say, but let's say alpha I not equal to 0. That means obviously this is going to be 0. Okay, so yi is nothing but the positive sample or negative sample. Okay, so therefore this is, let's say this is, we can write yi into w into xi plus b, this is equal to 1. So for a positive sample, see yi equal to 1. So this will be w into xi plus b equal to 1. And for negative sample, this will be w into xi plus b, this is equal to minus. Okay, so what is indicate? So if you have a old picture here, this is minus, this is we have, this is plus, this is sample somewhere minus, and this is plus. So if this is not equal to 0, that means that my Lagrangian multiplier is not equal to 0. Then basically the instance, that is xi, this value will be 1. Okay, for positive sample this is 1, which one? So in between we had, that is decision line, so that is w into xi plus b equal to 0. This is plus 1, this is minus 1. That means this is the sample for which this alpha I not equal to 0, and for that those samples are basically on the decision boundary. Okay, this is decision rule, decision line, this is the decision boundary. For this sample, basically this is positive sample and negative sample. These samples are actually on the, say, hyperline or on the boundary, because that is the case. This is the equation we get it, this is the equation we get it for negative sample. And for your information, so these are the sample basically important, rest of the sample you can forget. So whenever new sample come, we don't want to see these values here, only we will be focusing only these samples which are on the line, and this sample is called actually support vector. This is something called support vector, not the all sample. Okay, so now what do we got it? So here w equal to summation over alpha I yi xi I equal to 1 to n. So this value is very important. Okay, but it will be found that this value is important, this value is not equal to 0. All values is alpha I is greater than equal to 0. This is not equal to 0. Okay, for the sample, for the support vector. Okay, so I stop at this point. So in the next class also I'll continue from this slide. Okay, this yeah, this slide I will continue.